during the build, sometimes it's fun just to play around with some ideas. And I went through my junk drawer. I had a couple old cleats from some other projects sitting around. And I also had a box of teak blocks. I was in a boat consignment store a couple years ago, and they had a bunch of these things for sale. So I picked up some of those and never got around to using them for anything. I think some cleats on the back of the boat would look kind of cool. And I'm still playing around with ideas back there. In order to have more space to work on the boat, I'm moving it over to a family member's shed, and it should be easier to do everything that we need for the next phase. So we don't have a water view next to the shed here, like back at home, but we do back up to a runway, which is pretty nice. This little shed is kind of like the TARDIS. It's so much larger inside than it seems. And we actually have 3 levels here with a couple different flights of steps. So there's a lot of storage up there. And the other nice thing about this arrangement is as the boat gets finished, it's a lot easier to load up into the back of a car. As far as the boat goes, the next phase is to start sanding a lot of these joints and working on finishing off those corners. To support this, these were 2 sawhorses, plastic ones from Lowe's. Really cheap, about 25 bucks, and that's for both of them. Watching somebody sand is pretty boring, so we're going to jump ahead a little bit here. This is after about 45 minutes or so, and we're starting to get some nice smooth lines along the side, and the windshield corners are starting to look pretty good. And some more sanding done. We've got these corners nice and smooth, and these joints right here are feeling really good. Still have a few areas to fill in, a little bit here and a little bit around the base of the windshield, but that's coming along well. The inside has been sanded down as well, and this will all be painted, so the differences in color tone won't be a big deal. The next part to move into is to fill in all of these sections with some more epoxy. All the epoxy has been put into the seams and joints on the bottom. It's a little bit warmer today than I was calculating, so the epoxy started setting up in about 15 minutes. But we were able to get it into all of the seams and all of the joints. Another nice thing about how small the boat is, it's easy for one person to flip around and move on to these sawhorses upside down. So hopefully in the next couple weeks we can get these seams all sanded down and start moving on to the fiberglassing.